Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Love you guys. Thanks for coming on over to see what I'm doing in my craft room. This is going to be a flip through of my glue book for March 2022 called Pick 5. And this glue book has been a lot of fun, and all it has been, all of it is random items that I have made a list of, cut up, put in a jar, and I will link the list below. I have a list here of random items and subjects that you can gather up from your craft room. These are just my ideas. Go ahead and make your own, because there's obviously, you can use this if you want to, but go ahead and make your own, add to it, or, because there's some things on there you might not have, or you might have some things that aren't on that list that you'd like to use. So I've already come across a few things. It's like, I don't have one of those watching somebody else's video. Anyway, so this book just started out looking like a mail journal, just a junk mail journal. Just made out of junk mail, something similar to this. And as you can see, the pages are different lengths and widths. So in some cases here, I've extended the page to make it wider or taller, just so I can get more information on any given page, because a lot of times things are bigger. So because it's so chunky, I've had to put quite a sturdy closure on it. And this is just gingham from a drapery that was at the house when I first moved here 2.5+ years ago. But yeah, that's just going to be that, because look at how wide and chunky this is. That is not going to set well on my shelf next to other books without being compressed. So that's what I did. Anyway, so what I've done is every page is 5 items. And on every page also has what those 5 items are. And as I go through, I will show you this really quickly so you can take a look, and then you can look at the page and see if I've done everything. So, yep, there's a little tuck or a pocket or someplace where this is located on every page. Okay, so oh, I'll show you the back cover too. I filmed this side, but I also did the back cover too, and show you really quick. So packaging, sewing or stitches, postage, music, and stickers. So instead of a sticker, I didn't have, I'm really low on stickers, I'm finding out. So I took my Xyron and I put it through, this is from an old card. It's a piece of vellum, and I made that a sticker. But there's stamps, there's music, and then there's stitching. These are actually stitching rub-ons, but I also took some embroidery floss and did that right there. So that's my back cover. So fun, right? Okay, so let's go back to the front and open it up. And some of these pages I did film. I filmed this one. So this had black, pink, a window, 3D sticker, and lace. This, a die cut, metallic, which is the thread, purple, insect, garden, and botanical. This is a die cut and insect. And then I added a few other things too. Once I had the 5 things on, if I think the page needed something else, I put it on there. This page, this is my little tuck spot, and on the back it says watercolor, journaling, postage stamps, water, and painted paper. So there's my painted paper. There's a stamp. Here's a picture of water. This is painted paper. It's actually a paper plate. And I did some journaling a long time ago, some flow journaling, no punctuation. Ripples of my senses ebb and flow out to untold shores, lapping and returning to their unknown source, beginning and ending without a second thought or care to where it came from or where it is going, only to be washed out to the next thought that ebbs and flows. This page, really quick, a stamped word, journal card, paper weave. So I had to stop all production and put this together because I didn't have any. I thought I did, couldn't find it. Coffee, which is a coffee mill, and circles. Next page. page. Building, obviously. So a building, a Brad, music, wallpaper, and a belly band. This also is wallpaper. This page I filmed, I believe. So I have a crossword, music, text, pink, and yarn. That was a fun page to do. Something different to do with yarn. This took forever to dry though because I didn't use Fabri-Tac. All right, this one is fun too. Coffee, cookbook, phone book, doily, and a word search. This right here is the phone book, the yellow part. And I would never put these items together. It's just fun. Coffee was just a spritz. This one's so cute. He's so cute. So we have letters, and these are sticker letters. Because of, you know, creative memories. I have so many sticker letters, but they are, yeah, they're spotted like animals. Catalog. This back here is from a comfort catalog that sells bedding, an animal, then washi, and graph paper. So I have distress ink on here, but you can't really see it very well. That's all right. Cookbook, that's that right there. A profile, jewelry, this is added, and this is a bracelet, and then a building. And I've just put a little piece right here to tuck this in because this was the first page I did and I forgot to make a spot to add the items. So this has a building, napkin, this right here's a napkin, letters, sewing, and packaging. Sewing, and then the brown is packaging. This one was fun to do too. So I have green and yellow, so I had to go Oregon Ducks. Tissue paper, a map, and vegetable, and yeah, that's that page. Lima beans, and that's green too. So if I had a color, I used it to gather items. So here's one of my envelopes that I didn't extend the page, but on this I have washi tape, metallic, which is the tissue paper back there, fabric, the butterfly, and doodle. So doodle is on here a couple times with these little pictures, and then the butterfly is a doodle. Inside the pocket, if I can retrieve it here, I'll give you a look at this first. You can see some things and you're probably going, oh, this, that, and the other thing. So I have a face, circle, sequins, ribbon, and greeting card. This was a thank you card from a friend of ours. See how many directions these things can go as you're working with them? That's just fun. I like this, how this turned out too. So this I had, and so I have a die cut, notepad, vellum, insect, and the vellum actually has insects on it, but I have the bee as well, and then a cluster, and here's just a little crisscross cluster with a flower on it, and I just tuck this in here like that. And the whole thing's a little cluster. I love it. Okay, I like this one too. Numbers. So I have sheets of the brown numbers. I had sheets of the pink ones, and I used up all the pink ones, I have to say. White, which is the background of this. Coffee, and this is also white. Coffee, which I painted on here. I painted with coffee. I like that. That was fun. I'll have to do some more of that. And her face is so sweet. And then a quote that says, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" by Mary Oliver. And I like how this one turned out too. These two pages kind of pop. So what do I have going on here? I've got jewelry from a magazine, napkin, art, and this is a picture from a glass window of a cathedral of some sort, and then black, which is part of the napkin, and then I have black corners here down in the background, and then yellow. So black and yellow, they just really pop. I like that. This one, it doesn't look like there's everything on here. It looks minimalistic, but as we look at it, we've got stamping. This is a stamp. That was on orange paper. Packaging. This right here was from flowers that I got. I kept the packaging. Orange, obviously you can see orange there and orange here, and orange on the ribbon, and then her face, and then the ribbon, which is all colors. So that is just, I love that page. Just it's very simplistic, yet I have 5 elements on there, right? I like it. Okay, this one. So we have coffee, so a coffee pot, an old coffee boiler. You can get 15, a dozen for $15. Graph paper behind it, yarn, printing, which is this and here behind it, and then green. So I've got green printing and green from a magazine. Oh, and the back of here says a perfect cup of coffee. I found that in a cookbook. So a little bonus there. And then inside here, this one was a thick one. So isn't that pretty? Just very simplistic, yet there are 5 things going on here. So I have a paint pen. So that's that drawn with a paint pen. A waiter pad, that's right here. Napkin, which you can see on the, it wraps around. And handmade paper, which is this itself, and it's pretty thick. When I was putting it together, it's like, wow, that is really sturdy, and that's going to bulk up my book even more, but I'm going with it. And then ledger. Yeah. You tuck right in there and add a little bit on the top. He's cute, right? So more numbers. Have to get rid of those. Doily, gingham, a dog, and then dress pattern paper. That's fun. This one has a lot going on. It's really busy. But I've got sewing and stitches right down here, which is kind of lame, but I didn't quite know how to get around to doing that in here. So I guess I could call this the same, but I don't know. Stickers, and I used up the back end of the pink numbers. Jewelry, which is the watch. A notepad. This thing, You Make Me Smile, that is a notepad that's this big. So you can see the lines behind it a little bit. And then art, and this is a cool piece of art. Little abstract stuff, but lots of stuff. Here's lines as well with this. This is fun. And I also used, it looks like I used some stickers as lines. All right, on this side, we've got ribbon. So I got a little bit here and some right here, and then green. Again, have a color, so I just implement that into the items. Phone book, obviously there, and then lines. I have some stickers on lines, and then this lady from a catalog. I like this page. I don't know what it is about it, but I really like this page. Of course, first of all, this is my dad and his brothers. So I love that shot. And then I did it in black and white. So it's pretty cool. And the first thing is black and white. So I used the photo and some tissue paper. A map in the background, a cat, plaid, and this is the only plaid paper I could find, but I love how it pops for a background. And then tissue. So the tissue is a twofer on this one because it's black and white and it's tissue. But I have this as a black and white main element. Cool. All right, so this one, I'm gonna scooch that over. Fabric, lines. So the background is lines. Those are stickers that I made from label paper, sticker label paper. Poetry, sewing and stitches. So I just did a slow stitch around there, and then some lace. And this was a short page that I extended a little bit with this side. So for here, let me get this on here because you can already tell probably what this one has. We've got dessert. It's a lovely vanilla pudding. A book page. So the back of this is a book page. Paper clip, that's what this is there's a paper clip under all that paper, and ovals, and then deco scissors in the edges. Over here, I don't know, can you see kind of already what I've got going on? So I've got journaling, so more from that little journal book. Texture paste, which I just took some of my journaling and did texture paste on that. Nice and rough. And the color yellow. So I added yellow to the texture paste and made that a little more colorful. Then some yellow stickers, because that was there. And then this right here is a little cluster I made, and it's got a little brad, so a little added element. And then I put that on a piece of yellow paper and to tuck that in. There's more journaling behind everything else. Okay. So we've got metallic washi, so metallic and washi on that. Packaging. This is a sticker pouch from Creative Memories that I've had and I don't need. I haven't used it, so I use that as packaging. And this is also packaging too, if you want to get technical. Packaged a piece of chocolate. Stamping, and then music. And this is also packaging. This is from Kleenex box. Just a pop of blue on that. Over here, gelato. So the blue is the gelato and washed out with a wet wipe. Staples, kind of weird, didn't quite know how to use the staples, but this is junk mail too. Baker's twine, so I stapled the baker's twine on, and then Post-it. So these are Post-its right here, and this actually is a Post-it, and this is drawn with a gelato. Inside, we have this little card, a sweet little card. So if you can look at it, we've got poetry, letters. This is a label and splattered paint and a index card. This is a big index card. So those are all my elements: poetry, paint, splatter, index card, letters, and label. Cute. I like this one too. I wonder what you're thinking about that, huh? So I have printing in the color brown, deco scissors, and there's some edges right there that are deco scissors, and this is as well, but you can't really see it. Mark making, so right there, and then yarn. I just put some yarn around there. That's fun. I like that. Okay. So dress pattern tissue, cookbook, graph paper, red and metallic. So this one has, isn't that colorful though? Lots of color. So this one has glitter, and this is a picture of glitter, but this flower has glitter on it, but there's, and they have flowers. So checkered, this is from a phone book actually. And then lines, different papers with lines on it, and then a door. And that's just fun. I like that. And over here we have an envelope. No, yes, this is at the other side of an envelope. So, but I did not extend the page on here. So I have white. So this tissue paper is white. I have a napkin back here. A quote that says, but a man's reach should exceed his grasp, or what's a heaven for, by Robert Browning. A stencil, so that's right here, some word stencils, and then a face, and that's Edgar Degas, who's an artist. But I also put white on here as well. Took a little texture, not texture paste, gesso, white gesso. Okay, what do you think of this one? So, this one's got some fun stuff going on here. So here's this one. I've got a mouth, but I love the whole kid. It was just fun. Coloring book. So that's a coloring book, and so is this. Button, gingham. I just grabbed green gingham, and then lines. And he's got lines on his shirt, and there's lines. I mean, the coloring book is lines as well. So that's just a fun little page. And here, I took foreign text. So isn't that fun text? Look at that. I'm not quite even sure what that is. A highlighter, wrapper, right here, arrows and stamping. So arrows were two things. I did stamping arrows, and I did some arrows that I had I did a stencil with some distress ink. And that one's got all the elements in there. Shut that down. I put this here because it was sticking out. So we're just going to keep it there. Okay, so we have the color blue, and we've got poetry, numbers, a profile, and then a boat. So, and this poem actually talks about the sea as well. So it's just, I don't know, kind of all went together. I didn't even plan that. I just grabbed a poem and all in the boat, and it just kind of all went together. I love it when that happens. This one, I don't, simplistic, doesn't look like there's 5 things there, but I love this page. I don't know why, because I'm not a big fan of orange most of the time, but, so this one has a doily, this profile, and I backed her on orange paper. The color brown, so there's some brown tissue there, and then orange, and I added some, also on the orange, I added some brown marks, and then a playing card. It's almost like they're looking in opposite directions away from one another. It's like, no, okay. Anyway, or like she's not watching the Suicide King. I don't know. There's just something going on with that page that I like. Okay, over here we have postage stamps, an animal, and I like her little baby hippo. Index card. This is one of the big index cards. Text. So I found some big words from a magazine, and then vellum, and he's on vellum. And then this tag is vellum. Over here, we've got more vellum right here and there, some white vellum. Waiter pad, that's up here. A shoe, a boat, and some fruit. And I had to tell you, this page is like randomness, I guess. I didn't know what to do with the shoe and stuff, so it's just, it's kind of a boat shoe. It goes with the boat, sort of, but a weird page. This one, too, a little bizarre. A little bit bizarre. But we have hair, distress ink, and that's what the pink is. Fabric, so I've glued just some fabrics here and there. Some text, again, big letters and stuff from magazines. And then the color white. So for the white part, I took a white pen and I made some doodle marks on it, and you have white behind the words as well. So just kind of a bizarre page. Whatever. It's abstract, we're going to say. For this page, I have a word search in the background. Stickers. These are all stickers, or 3D stickers from Dollar Tree that I've been hanging on to for no reason at all. I thought I was going to do some wonderful things with them, but I didn't. Postage stamps right here. And distress ink. So there's pink distress ink for this lettering right down here. And then, did I get stamping? Yeah, stamping right here. The background has some stamping on it. And this one I filmed. This is a printout and a cluster, butterfly, texture paste, and feet. And she looks like she's on like cobblestones or something. I like this one too. So we have texture paste here. Stencil, I used a stencil in the background of that, and fabric, obviously, washi tape, this color washi tape, and then this packaging. Over here, I have a dress pattern in the background, and this is the tissue paper, playing card, napkin, mountain, and then a stencil, and the stencil, same stencil as I used over here. Just words and some arrows and the word joy. And this was pretty. This has got a lot going on. So this is wallpaper, this little piece right here. So we've got poetry, letters, garden botanical, and also the wallpaper's botanical, and then sewing and stitches. And that became my pocket for my list of items for that page. And over here looks very, again, minimalistic, but let's see what we have. We have a quote. People who wonder whether the glass is half full miss the point. The glass is refillable. I love that quote. Word search. So I found this out of a phone book, and prompt their phone book. So the background's a phone book as well. A picture of a beach. Love it. And then some doily pieces. And then on the edge. And that's my last page, you guys. So cool, right? So this ended up being 42 pages with 4 pocket inserts, So 42 faces plus 4 pocket inserts. So 46 picks, pick 5. So what is that math? 46 times 5. Let's do that really quick. 230 items in this book, at least. 230 items in this book. 46 pages by 5 things each page. That's crazy. That's crazy. Very cool. Some of the tools that I used, like for this, that was a Creative Memories tool that's really old. It's called a but they're really old. My tools are old. I haven't had a new tool in a long time. The thickness of this became an issue, and this is really tight. So I don't think I could put one more thing in here without it busting a little bit. So that's something to consider when you're doing 5 things in a book. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a spine if you want it to lay flat. Okay. And then when I did the pocket inserts, I was going to use up my scraps to do that, but I ended up not. I just went back to my little jar and I picked up 5 items from my jar to make those little inserts for my pockets. So that is my Pick 5 book, my March 2022 glue book. I love it. I think it's a lot of fun. And there was a lot of challenges in here too. So I enjoyed that. And I found some things in my stash that I had forgotten about. Like these letters weren't getting used at all. Just lots of things weren't getting used. I wouldn't ever put these things together in a book. I just wouldn't. This maybe. That's got some sensibility to it. But this doesn't have a whole lot of sense to it. So I just, it just made me stretch my imagination a little bit on how to deal with things. So some fussy cutting here and there. Wallpaper and a belly band. Just some interesting weirdness. A ribbon, and picked a color green, and I don't know. I wouldn't put this together. I would not. Plaid with black and white. I love it though. I think that is really fun. Really, really fun. So anyway, that's my book. I hope you guys had fun watching this and checking out the videos that helped me create this book. And I don't know what I'm going to do for April yet. At the filming of this video, I don't know what I'm going to do for April. I film videos a little bit before, a few days before I post them. So I'll come up with something. I always do. All right, you guys, that's it for this video. I hope you're having a chance to craft today, and I hope you're having a great day and staying creative, whatever that looks like for you, whatever your intrinsic values are. So there we go, you guys. Take care, and as always, God bless. Bye-bye.